Do not take the IELTS speaking test unless you understand how your examiner evaluates your English communication skills. Because if you take the test without understanding how you are evaluated, you'll end up not getting your desired band score. And of course, you'll take the test over and over again. That's what you really need to avoid because it's a waste of money, time, and effort. What I really want you to do is understand the IELTS speaking band descriptors. So this video is the first installment of a 4-part series about understanding the IELTS speaking band descriptors. So let's start learning about the first criterion, which is fluency and coherence. So what is really fluency? Well, fluency is your ability to articulate your thoughts in English without any effort. That is, you express yourself in English clearly, confidently, comfortably, accurately, and spontaneously. That is what fluency is about. When you're fluent, you simply exude confidence because you know what you're talking about. Not only that, you appear so natural because you know how to handle the conversation with your examiner. Not only that, you are not struggling in terms of pronouncing the words or enunciating the words. You are not confused about grammar, and at the same time, you really know how to use different kinds of words to communicate your thoughts. That is fluency. Now, how can we achieve fluency? Well, there are elements that we need to study in order for us to achieve fluency or in order for us to be fluent. First is ideas. Well, of course, if you have ideas, you'll be able to answer the questions clearly and spontaneously. Now, the IELTS speaking questions consist of many different topics. So if you're a wide reader and if you have prepared for the possible topic questions, for sure you will be able to answer the questions spontaneously or fluently. But if you're not a wide reader and if you have not prepared for the possible topic questions, expect that you will mess up. So it is really important to prepare for some ideas for the different topics because if you have ideas, you'll be able to achieve fluency. It's like you have to know at least basic knowledge of everything, like a bit of everything in order for you to ace answering the IELTS speaking questions. The second element of fluency is your knowledge of the correct use of different grammar types, different vocabulary, and of course the correct way to pronounce words. If you know all these things, if you're confident doing all these things, for sure you'll appear fluent. More often than not, students hesitate a lot, correct themselves a lot, or repeat themselves often simply because they are really unsure of the sentence construction. They don't know the right words to express themselves clearly, and they're having a hard time pronouncing some words. If you're a student who has a problem with any of these, you really need to spend time working on improving your weaknesses. Otherwise, you will not do well in your actual IELTS speaking test. So it is very important to study up grammar, vocabulary, and improving your pronunciation before you take the IELTS speaking test. And when you become confident with your grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation skills, you will appear fluent. You'll be able to communicate more effectively. So spend time working on your weaknesses before taking the IELTS speaking test. The third element of fluency is your confidence. You're fluent because you're confident. You're confident because you prepare ideas, you have improved your pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar skills. And as a result, you become so natural, a natural conversationalist. That is, you feel secure about expressing your ideas in English with your examiner. You may feel nervous in the beginning, well, that's human nature, but you'll be able to overcome it easily once you start conversing with your examiner. Because again, you're confident about your skills. When you're confident about yourself and when you believe in your ability to express yourself clearly, for sure, you will be able to enjoy having a conversation with your examiner, and your examiner will feel good about talking with you. So you have to make sure to develop your skills, prepare ideas, improve your grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation skills in order for you to achieve fluency. That is the way to achieve fluency. Now let's move on to understanding coherence. What is really coherence? It simply means the organization of ideas, or the words and sentences flow together. They are seamless, they're smooth. The problem with many students that I met in my one-on-one coaching program is that they just keep on talking and talking and talking for the sake of answering the question or questions. Or they jump from one idea to another without using connectors. And as a result, their answers sound confusing. You have to make sure to use connectors or conjunctions to achieve organization. Not only that, each idea of your answer should be connected so that your answer sounds logical. Now, I want you to look at the example answer of my student when she answered part 1 question. I want you to study her answer, whether or not there's organization. Take a look. Do you want to learn more about the arts? I don't think so, because I'm not an avid fan of art. I have seen many pieces of artwork in museums, but I'm not interested in them. So what do you notice with that answer? Well, the ideas are all over the place, or the student simply jumps from one idea to another, and worse, the ideas are not relevant to each other. That's a bad answer. Now let me improve that answer. Focus on how I organize my ideas to make my answer more logical. No, I don't think so, because I'm not an avid fan of any forms of art. Besides, learning the arts isn't helpful in my profession as a nurse. I'd rather spend my free time learning something that would develop my professional skills than learning about the arts. See that? That's way better. There is a connector that makes the sentences flow naturally, and each idea in every sentence is interrelated. That makes the answer sensible and logical. That is what coherence is about. Now listen carefully. Not all students who can speak good English are logical, and not all logical students can speak good English. Since fluency and coherence is a criterion or a basis to evaluate your English communication skills, spend time working on improving or developing both skills. It's not difficult at all as long as you're serious enough in improving your weaknesses. You can do it. The next video will be about understanding lexical resource. Well, there's a myth that's going on among some students that in order for you to get a higher band, you need to use many advanced words or expressions in your answers. Please don't believe in that. I was able to get a band 9 on my first attempt at taking the IELTS speaking test without using many advanced words or expressions in my answers. Let's talk about that in the next video, so don't miss it. I'll see you then.